All right, good morning. Good morning. Let's see here. Let's make sure. Let's make sure we got some audio. Looks like we do, but I just want to make sure. All right, looks like we do. We have audio. Good morning, Samir. Selling already here. There we go. Selling here, selling here. Down to the 60. ES at 53. 47. If we get through 44. Yeah, could have one of those sell-off type days. That's what Mancini's saying there. Juan Pablo Molina, good morning. Good morning. I got about a minute here. I was going to try to get the lines on this chart. I don't like that I can't see the lines. They're not white. Don't know if I got enough time to do it. Lines. How do you turn them white? I do know. Maybe I got to click here. Oh, that makes sense. See if we can't get these lines white before the market opens. There we go. Oh, I guess it still didn't do it. We'll mess with it in a second. Anyways, I'm going to trade the Bulenox account here, the 50K challenge account. We were down in the Topstep account, $500 there in London, so we're just going to kind of let it rest. A little push back up here, volume coming in pretty strong. We got pivot up at 71. See if we want to get a push into that pivot or not. ES holding there at the 50s. Going to be trading seriously today. Not going to just be pressing the buttons. We're going to be taking the setups that are offered to us. So we may have less trades today. But, it's a good thing. That is a good thing. So we got a nice little push up here. ES kind of right there at the 57, 58 area. Got to kind of get back above that VWAP to get something going. Waiting past 45 to start trading. Yeah, not a bad idea, Samir. Not a bad idea. This kind of is an ABC setup here, but I don't know if I love it right here at open. Don't know if I love it right at open, so would normally be in right now long. Might work, might not. Who knows? Looks like it would have worked out. ES testing that 60 area. Coincidentally enough, Nasdaq at the 60 area as well. Once again, pivot right there at the 70, so just be aware of that. Come on now. What? How? Oh. I was going to say that's pretty obvious kind of up there. Did you go long there? Oh. Well, how's that? All right, still pushing here up to the 70 there. Like I said, I would have tried to taken that, but the pivot's there and it's the opening range here. So let's just try to be a little more patient today. If we get through that pivot strong, then we may try to test that 700 level. So let's just wait and see here. If we get a little pullback and then get enough energy to kind of get through there. See if we get enough energy. Sellers coming in here pretty heavy though. It's kind of rejecting that pivot there. Ping-ponging back down to the 50. Did that thing hit 47? This is kind of what I was thinking. Yep, there's 47. So if we get a little pop back up here and then retest that 47 area again. Well, looks like it's just going for the lows here. Kind of selling through 50 there pretty strong. Do we dare take a short? This is a dangerous short, but we'll take it. See if we can't get this quick push down. Probably, maybe not. Might stop us out. We got a short stop here.
Stop filled.
And there you go. That's why you don't do that. Bounced right there off the bottom. All right, let's just wait here. Thought I was just going to push right through there, and again on the thinking part, we're not supposed to be taking trades, right? So we want a little pop back up. That's what we're getting. And then a little push back down. So we may take it if we start to sell back down. Want a little bit more of a pop up though, if we can get that. Should have waited for that pop. I should have known that was coming. Stupid. You gotta stop doing stuff like that. Gots to stop doing stuff like that. All the way back up to 60. On lower volume too. See if it starts to sell back down again. Just waiting for that sell volume to come in there. Kind of waiting to see here what happens. See if this sell volume comes back in.
Order filled.
All right, we're going to take it.
Stop
I
filled.
mean, really? It bounced that quick. All right, maybe my stop is a little too tight on this thing. Probably going to need to take it up a bit. It's kind of chopping around right here at open. Not really any true direction yet. So let's just wait. We already pressed the button too many times as it is, so let's just wait. Yes, pushing back up into that 65. We can kind of get above that VWAP there. We can start pushing. Trading up into the pivot once again on the NAS. Right there at 70. Yeah, saw it. Saw that tweet. Saw it, saw it, saw it. Yeah, it needs to kind of get above that VWAP if it's going to get going. Waiting's not a bad idea. The dog is yelling at me for taking those entries. And telling me to short. Yeah, I mean, I guess it might not be a bad idea, but I think I tried the short twice already. Problem is right here in this 45, 50 area, keep bouncing, kind of like in that area. Bounced 1, 2, 3 times. Just kind of watching here to see. Got that first 15-minute candle about to print. Looking kind of like a bullish candle so far. ES pushing back into the VWAP here. Maxi. Just kind of seeing if the ES can get above that VWAP or not. So far, not happening. So kind of reapproaching the VWAP there on the ES. See if it kind of gets above there now. Got some nice volume coming in here now. Looking like it might want to try to push above it. Nasdaq keeps knocking its head on that 70 area and just getting rejected. First 15-minute candle closed here. Let's see if we get a breakout or a breakdown from that candle there. Some sort of move. Looks like it's trying to engulf that candle completely back to the downside. Lose that 45 area. We probably sell down into the low a day pretty quickly. It's kind of been holding up that 45.50 area. Chopping around in that area. Do we have any news today? I don't think we do, but let me check. Should probably check that already. No. No news. Pushing back up here. Getting a little bit of a pushback up here. Is this thing going to retest 70 again? Just to kind of reject it once more. Let's just see. Yes, trying to retest that VWAP. Nasdaq can't seem to knock the door off that 70. The top. If we reject 70 again, we may take a short. Let's kind of watch the volume, see what happens. Looks like we might. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Looked like the volume's coming in for a second and we might want to get through there, but not so far. Let's see what we get. Just gonna wait. Reapproaching 70. There we go. Pushing through there. So finally getting some signs of life here. VWAP up at 90. ES trying to push above the 68 area there. Let's see what happens. Nice little buy volume come in right there. Let's see if we get a little bit of a pullback into that 70 area. Turn that resistance into support. Yeah, it looks like it wants to sell, but may want to test that VWAP first.
Order filled.
We'll try a little long into the VWAP here. Not the greatest of ideas, but we'll give it a try.
Stop filled.
Stops at break even. Got stopped out on one of the contracts there, but let's see if the other one can push on through there.
Target filled.
There we go. Saw the ES pushing above there. So we got a little bit of our losses back. Not a lot because we got stopped at break even on this first contract, but it's okay. So now we want to see that ES kind of hold that VWAP area. We want to see the Nasdaq hold the 70 and get that energy to push on back through there. If we're going to start to push, that is. So let's go back down, retest this pivot, get enough energy to get through that VWAP strong. Pulling back into the 70 here. Want the ES to hold that VWAP. We see buyers come back in here. We'll take the long. Same type play, but we would expect to get through the VWAP this time. Strong. If the ES can't hold that 68 there, then that would be off the board. Kind of wanted the Nasdaq to hold that 70. We're looking like no bueno. ES holding that 68 for now. See if we get some buyers come in here. Got some divergence going on over here on the WADA. Trying to push, but the WADA says we should be selling. So just waiting to see if buy volume comes back in. And the ES losing that 60 again, 68. So it looks like it was just a fake out of sorts there. Maybe try to sucker in some longs. I mean, still could go if it holds it here and pushes back up. I don't love the amount of volume we had on that pullback, but still could go. ES back to the 68 again. Feels like we're going to sell, but just wait for confirmation. Nasdaq's kind of holding that, or ES kind of holding that VWAP right there. Kind of holding on to it. We broke out of that opening range to the upside just for a second. Okay, wait a second. Let's see here. See if this buy volume is going to come back in. Not in love with the amount of sell volume we had there, so I want to be careful here. Let's see if we get a short triggered here.
Order filled.
All right, we got a short trigger, so let's see. I got a trail stop going on over here if you guys hear the cash register.
Stop filled.
All right, got a nice little $300 win there. I think something like that. Yeah. So we're almost back to break even after those opening two losses that we took kind of just on a, I feel like it's going to do something. Shouldn't have done that, but that's okay. Yeah, ES kind of breaking the trend line. Yeah, low to low trend line. True. You are right. Let's see here. Nasdaq kind of approaching that low to low trend line now. Kind of wicked through it there. So he has sold back into the 60s here. Kind of bounced off that 20 SMA. Oh, yeah. I was like, I know I don't have something pulled up. Kind of sucks we dug ourselves a hole there. We were down $600. Now we're back to only down 150. So one more winner. We should be there. Sellers coming back in here. Trying to anyway. Let's see here. ES holding up there at the 60. 61. Trying to get back above 50 here. Let's see what we get. Looks like ES wants to retest that VWAP one more time. On your 1 minute chart, this is going to be your B leg up. So could still get a sell down here on the 1 minute chart, looking like this is making the B leg up. You can you can't really see it on the 25 Ninja Rincos that we're using, but yeah, on the 1 minute chart, this looks like your B leg pushed back up. So if the sellers come in here, we'll take this again. Just kind of waiting. Waiting to see if the sellers show up. They are not showing up as of yet. A little double bottom there on the 10-second chart. Guess you can see it on the Ninja Rinco chart too. Kind of got some buyers popping in right here, popping in. Waiting to see if the sellers come in here strong, push this thing on down. ES holding up there at the 60 as well. Just being patient, waiting for the sellers to show up, if they're going to show up.
Order filled.
I'm going to take the short here. Move my stop down here because I'm not completely in love with that one. Just took a little $50 winner off that one. Still might sell, but seller's not quite as strong as I want to see yet. We need to offset this stop a little bit. Only got it at 2 ticks. And we'll do something like that. Same thing here. It's actually a loss money on that second contract there. I got stopped out. Lost $5, but we don't want to lose if we get 15 ticks. Want to be guaranteed at least a few dollars. Yeah, we're at the low of the opening range. Very true. If the sells come in here, we'll take it. But they came in there and pushed that down a little bit. Popping back up off of it. So what we want to see here, let's push back up a little bit. And then maybe start to push back down, continue lower. I think 550. I mean, we might be getting 550 today. Possibly. We'll pop back up there. Let's wait until we get that push back down here. Maybe we can participate. Yeah, still back above the 60 area. That 60 is kind of stonewalled there. Not wanting to lose it just yet. Just watching here, just watching. Yeah. Trying to get back through that 60 area. Feel like we're going to get another push down. Just trying to wait here. Feels like it's trying to fake me back out here, so we're going to wait. I mean, it's slowly drifting down, but not on super high volume here. Slowly drifting down. Just watching. Seeing what we got to offer here. Let's see. Man, kind of scary to take a long in here, but this thing is screaming long right now. Volume just not strong enough in one direction or the other. Just can be easily manipulated. So trying to wait till for me to see that strong burst to come in there. In one direction or another. Kind of an idiot box form in here, to be honest. Starting to see some decent volume coming in here. Just not in love with either of these setups. If you guys haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe. Feel free to chat down below. Right now we're just waiting. See if we get a setup to take an entry. Down $90 so far. This price action's not great so far. No real sense of direction yet. I mean, feels like it's going to sell, but you just don't know. All right, got some nicer volume coming in now. I don't like longing into the 50 though. It's going to be the problem here. Don't like longing into the 50. So let's just wait. Maybe we get a little push through the 50, pull back, test the 50, continue higher. ES pulling back into the 60 now. It's above 60, but it's trying to pull back and test 60. So see if we get a bit of a pullback here. Kind of didn't really get above 50 the way I'd like. So it's screaming fake out. Yeah, it could be. A little bit of a low volume pullback here. Let's see if ES holds 60 and we start back pushing again, and we'll consider a long. Don't love the area that we're at the 50, but we're not looking for a ton of points anyway. So
Order filled.
All right, we're going to take it with kind of a short leash on it here.
Order filled.
I took it off there. I wanted to see a burst. Yes, really didn't go. I wanted to kind of see just a burst. Didn't get it. So we took it off for $50. Down $40. So I feel pretty good to be down only $40, to be honest with you. Took more trades than I really was planning on doing this morning, so. See if we can move forward now and find some entries that make sense. So just going to wait now. It's 10:15. Let's wait till we get some sort of a setup. Some sort of a setup that makes sense. I feel like we want to go retest that 700 level maybe before we move lower, but who knows? I actually do kind of like this pullback here. Okay. See if we get a little bounce back up. Kind of want to see it. All right, there we go. Trade through 30. Now let's push back up into 40 before taking out the 15. And I want to take out the 15 first. All right, I want to see a pop back up into that 40, 41, 42 area. Oh, guess it decided just to take out the 15 first. Well, it's not ideal what I was looking for, but that's okay. Sellers are just coming in here. It's taking my chart off the screen. We're not going to make the mistake we made earlier, though. We will wait for the pullback. Pushing back up here. I mean, if it starts to turn back down at 30, we'll take it, but ideally we'd want it to be into the 40s there. So it's kind of your low volume push back up here. to see how it reacts if it gets to the 40 or not. All right, back into the 40 here. Let's see how price reacts. Wow, it's just pushing. Okay. Tapping the 50 there. Just waiting, just waiting. If this thing trades above 70, then we're going to be switching to the other direction there. Possibly. A nice little 50-point rip off the lows. This thing's ripping. She's a ripping. She is a ripping. Yes, all the way back up to the VWAP here. Nothing we can do up here. We just got to wait for our pullback. Feels kind of bad if we didn't just get in there, but see, normally I probably would have taken that short at 40, 42. But the WADA kept me out of that short today. So I'm glad I'm using that WADA. Because, you know, you got your structure shift to the downside here. Trade back up into it. And then you would think it'd sell off, but nope. Getting a little bit of a pullback here. So we'll just wait for the buy volume to come back in, and as long as this is a low volume pullback. I know we got a pivot there at 70, but we'll see what happens. We'll just let the market tell us what to be looking for here. I'd like to see a pullback into the 55 would kind of be ideal before we push through here, but if we don't get it, we don't get it. pushing through there on very, very low volume. So let's just wait. Let's wait for the buyers to show their heads again, and then we will join the party. Not in love with it because we are at the 70, but we don't have a lot of room to the VWAP either. So those are some things I'm not in love with, but hey, we're going to take it anyway. We're not looking for a ton of points here. And if it turns down here, if the volume never comes in and the sell volume comes in strong, then we know this could just be a turn down spot. Because as long as we don't trade through that 90, then we could still turn back down. 90 is kind of the line in the sand. Well, actually, 86, 87. It's kind of the line in the sand there. So this thing's pushing up on very, very pretty minute sell volumes, but still leading me to believe that we're going to go higher since it's not coming down on sell volume. But it is looking a little roundy up here, if I'm being honest. A little roundy. Could sell right back down. So just got to be careful. Seller's coming in kind of strong here. Just watching. Just kind of watching. Considering a short here if the sellers come through strong. Just gonna wait. This is kind of that area I was thinking we pull back and maybe bounce in. 55. The problem here is you can kind of make an argument for both directions. So we're going to just wait and see here what happens. Not huge volume on this pullback, but just wait and see what happens. That's all we can do. Being a little careful. Just trying to be careful. All right, let's see if we get these buyers come back in here. kind of approaching that area where we have to hold if we're going to continue a push. If we lose that 30, then probably see low a day again. Back into that 4,600. Really already feels that way to me, to be honest. But it might just be a slow bleed down. I wanted to take the short up there at 70, but like it just could go either way, and I didn't have the nerve to press the button. So let's see here. Could still turn back up as long as it holds 30. So let's just wait and see. It's going to give us the direction here, one way or the other. There comes some buyers. Let's just wait for confirmation. No confirmation given. This could just be a little push back up before the sell, or push back in the other direction. Let's just see. Feels like we're going to sell, but could go either way, so let's just wait. Still holding off on pushing the button until we get a confirmation. Had a couple of candles print above the dead man there, but they're still not big enough for me to like them. So I want to see strong push, either strong push one way or the other. On the larger time frames, this looks like an ABC to the upside. On the smaller time frames, it kind of looks like an ABC to the downside. So that's why I'm being careful here and waiting for it to kind of show me. Waiting for it to kind of show me what direction it's going to go. If you guys haven't already, hit that like button for me, subscribe. Feel free to chat down below. All right, let's see here. Again, we got some buyers here, but they're not, the volume is just not, I mean, I want to see it higher than that. It's almost like we're just trading in an idiot box. We are kind of in that time of day. All right, not loving it, but we're going to try a long here. Like I said, keeping kind of a close range on it here if it doesn't go. Stops in. Might get stopped. Took a little something out of that. Not in love with it. I do like the volume coming in there, but we are approaching the pivot 70. So small winner, 2 points, $80. I think we're up 40 bucks now. Tough spot though. This is a tough spot to trade. We're kind of trading in just a little idiot box here, and we got the VWAP, the pivot, all that right there. Ultimately, I think we sell for the day, but we may want to test that 700 level before we sell. ES back to the VWAP there almost. Nasdaq approaching the VWAP. So we would have got filled there if we didn't move the stop. But that's okay. The idea is not to move the stop when I use the Ninja. Really, I just want to set the target. And I mean, because it's going to trail it up after 17 ticks anyway. So the idea really is to not to have to move the stop. Nice little push up into 90 there. Maybe get a little pullback here. I am liking this more to the upside now to at least test 700. Yeah, the market is weird for sure. It's out to get you. It is out to get you, no doubt about it. ES right there at the VWAP. Nasdaq right here at the VWAP as well. So we want to get a little pullback here, lower volume, and then see the buyers come back in to push this higher, maybe test that 700 level. Let's see what happens here. Yes, trying to stay above the VWAP there. Got a little, I just noticed we're at 90, so I was thinking about taking the long over here, but that 90 keeps me out of it, but it's okay. A little pullback here maybe, and then push through the 90, get up in that 700 range, touch it. That first push over 90 and over 700 usually doesn't stick. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. 90 is kind of 90 drama area. And then obviously your whole number, right? That first push above there doesn't stick usually. So, and as it's not now, it's pulling back. So if we're going to continue higher here and not just kind of put in relatively equal highs and sell off, we'd want to see this thing push back through here strong. So the idea would be here, trade back into the 70. Maybe it might not go that low. I mean, it would kind of be ideal, but it may not go that low. Hold the 70, turn back up. The fake out is coming. Yeah, I think we're going to test 700. I mean, I think we are. We may go to 710 or 720 if we zoom out a little bit. I mean, you got 717 here, 740 before we kind of, you know, but may not make it that high. Might just reject the VWAP here altogether and turn back down. We'll see. We will see what happens. Only time will tell. Let's just trade what we see, and we don't really need a bias with this strategy. That's kind of what I like. Doesn't matter to me if the market goes up or down. Could be planning on, it could be going down all day, and this still could show us a, you know, an entry long, because we're not looking for many points here. So back above the 90 here, but on no buy volume. I don't love that we're at a whole number here. It's the problem. I don't love it. So once again, we probably push into the 710 if we're lucky, and then pull back. I mean, maybe even 720. Then we could just boop, sell off. So I'm not going to participate in this particular trade just yet unless we get a deeper pullback and volume kind of supports it. It's just an interesting divergence here on the WADA and the price action. Doesn't put a whole lot of faith in this move up, to be honest. ES being held down at that 70 level there. Here's a bit more of a realistic pullback now, back below the 8 or back into the 80s. Yeah, ES can't really get above that 70. We're at 90. I don't know. I'm just not in love with it. It's not screaming, take me. Take me, Alan. I need you to go long. Take me away. It's not screaming that. Still could go. A lot of times when I don't take these trades is when they go the furthest and get the biggest moves, but we will wait and see. Just kind of chopping around right here, right now, not really doing anything, not going anywhere. 90 drama, 90 drama, pushing into the 700s. Seeing a little buyer step up here. Man, I'm just not in love with it. The idea for today is to treat the combine account like I'm doing my funded accounts, because I'm going to trade the funded on Monday. So far, I haven't really followed the rules. The first two entries today didn't follow the rules. Since then, I have. So it's kind of the idea here. Normally, I probably would just press the button here, and we still might if we get these buyers to come in here and we get that strong push through 700. But I'd probably be long already off that VWAP. You know, we kind of pulled back into that VWAP, but no real buyers to support the entry. So sellers coming, quite possibly. Here's the thing, if sellers come in here strong, which looks like they are, we still have to kind of be careful. We have a pivot at 70. We are below 90. We got the VWAP right there at 80. So still a lot of stuff going on in this area. It kind of makes it difficult to take the short, right? I mean, you could be aggressive and just take it now. Could be aggressive and just take it now, but this thing still could bounce out of here. Still got a little room to the upside there. So kind of seems like we might got one more push back to the upside. It's kind of my feel. Then maybe we dump. So we're above the VWAP still, so let's see. ES approaching the VWAP here. Maybe one more push. Hanging out at the VWAP here, kind of bouncing. Kind of want to take the entry here, but it's very, very risky. Could just lose it. I think we bounce up into that 710, maybe even 720 area here, and then maybe we sell. Didn't quite touch 700, but doesn't mean we have to. Maybe we don't have another push in us. Let's just see. I want to press the buy button here, but not going to do it because it's technically not my setup. It's just kind of what I think is going to happen, and that's when I usually get in trouble. It'll probably work out. Thinking 710 here, at least, maybe 720. I think it's going to be a quick rip. Might just reject 700 again and kind of tail off, but I think we get some sort of pushback up. Well, we already are. We're pushing off that 74, already back up to 94, 20-point pushback up. But it could just as easily do this, and that's why I didn't press the button. Man, is this thing going to force me to take the short here? The WADA is keeping us out of it so far. If the sellers come in strong here, can get us back below 70. Give us a proper C leg down. Not that we'll take it because there's too much going on, but we might. We might participate. Yeah, it's kind of holding up there at the 68s, trying to get back below it. Oh, let's see here. Not really huge sellers coming in here. There are some. There they come. ES is still at the VWAP there, so. Oh. Sleepy today. Don't know why. I slept pretty good last night. I did get up and stream. Didn't do too well on the stream there. Kind of retesting that 70 there. Need that ES to kind of lose that pivot there. Or not pivot, VWAP. We're going to take the short here. That didn't work. I killed it before it hit my stop. Saw the buyers coming in. Saw the buyers coming in there. Have the dog barks go short. All right, we'll see you, Samir. See you on Monday. Kind of sucks there. My that just popped right back up to take me out. You gonna do it again? Come on. Stop me out on my first one. That's okay. Kind of trading into the 50 there. Down 215 now after being up 40. That little push back up right there got me on this one. Entered, pushed back up, killed it, and then it just goes right to where I wanted it to go. Suppose it happens sometimes. ES kind of holding that VWAP there, pushing back up, retesting that 68 once again. Nice little push back up here, retesting the 70. Yes, back above the C68. Good morning, Og. Let's kind of watch and see what happens here. This is kind of an interesting area. Yeah, it could be. We get above 70 strong here. I may just take a long to participate. Rolling off now. ES still above the VWAP there. Didn't quite get above that 70 area strong. She kind of rejected. She rejected. I think she is going to go, though. Possibly. Always a possibility that she goes. Coming up on the top of the hour. Well, let's see what happens here. How's it going, Predator? How's it going, futures trading? Go big? It happens. Looking for one more little push up here. Don't really like going long into the pivot here, but that may be what we do. Probably not the best of ideas. Yeah, we're going to try it. Let's see if we can get a push through there. Come on. Give it to me.
Stop filled. Stop filled.
Come on. So basically got out on that one, break even. At the VWAP there. It's going to continue to go probably now, but we got stopped out there. Down 135. We only made $65 on that, and we were up around $200 so on it at one point there. But it's the only thing about the stop moving so quickly. I may need to adjust that. Might need to adjust it. Pushing above the VWAP now. Maybe going to test that 700 area again. Maybe we make it to the 720 this time before we kind of turn back down. And testing, getting through the 90 there, nice and strong. Like to see a pullback, maybe push above 700. There's 701. Pull back into the 90. Maybe push 710 and then pull back. All right, getting a pullback here. Never sticks. Oh. Yeah. So let's see here, guys. We're kind of pulling back under the 700 level here. Let's see if we kind of hold the 90. I'd like to see hold 90 for the push back up. If we're going to get a push back up, that might just be the 710 kind of area that we're going to trade into. May sell off from here, but let's see. I think we can make it up to the 720s there. So we'll see if we can't take another entry here. If we get buyers coming in strong, I may take it. Or that push into the 720 possibly. Could sell off though. We'll just have to wait and see, right? Holding up there at the 705 so far. ES pushing into the 76 area. Let's see here. Little pullback here into the 90s. Not in love with that. Kind of wanted it to hold 700 there. Kind of wanted it to hold the 700 level there, but it Did not yet. Well, I guess it's trying to. Still got to have room to the 720s before we can hit the buy button. If even if the buyers come in here, could go higher than that, but it's kind of the area I'm targeting. ES is above 70s there into the 75. I mean, I'm wanting to take an entry, but got to get confirmation here. Got to get confirmation. Just not going yet. Not wanting to go yet. If it's even going to go. We don't know. I mean, I feel like it might. Got to get through that 722 area. If we don't get through there, then probably turn back down. Like to see us just get through there quickly. Pulling back here. Really got to kind of hold that 90 area. Otherwise, we'd probably retest the VWAP. Probably retest the VWAP. Let's just see. Sellers coming in pretty heavy now. Looking like they want to get that VWAP test. Not liking if we don't hold 90. Won't be in love with the longs at that point. Got to get out of this area, though. I mean, one direction or the other. It's just too much in here for me to be able to take confident entries. Pivot at 70. VWAP at 80. 90 drama. Whole number at 700. It's like, come on. Get out of this area. Just get out of there. All right, not looking great. Retesting that VWAP there. Not in love with this area. I wanted us to get above it, get out of there, but it's really tough for me to take entries in this area that I'm confident in. That's the problem, that we're confident in them. Just trying to be patient, guys. Trying to wait for my setup to present itself. So far, it's not really doing that. Back above 90. ES looks a lot stronger than the NQ. Looking a lot stronger there. Right there at the 90. That's where the 90 drama occurs. That's why we call it that. All right, we're going to kind of break our rules here and just take this one. Come on.
Stop filled.
I hate that. I'm going to have to readjust this stop. I like it, the short trigger on the go to break even, but it's stopping me out too much. And then just going. Gonna have to adjust that there a little bit. Oh, edit. So we'll just do the profit trigger at 6. Okay, that'll work. We'll try that. I don't know. I mean, we're only looking for 30 ticks, which is what, 7.5 handles. We were so close there, and it came back and stopped us out. Of course, you know, we were at the whole number, so kind of to be expected. Let's see here. Just kind of watching. See what happens. If you guys haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe. Feel free to chat down below. If we can pop that 700 level, then I'll probably take a long as long as volume's looking good. ES is just pushing here. I mean, it's all the way back up to the 80 almost. ES looking very, very strong. Strong like bull. ES is looking strong there. All right, let's see here. Can we pop it? Feels like we can.
Order filled.
All right, we're going to try it. There we go. That worked a little better. You can still go. You don't have to stop. Going ahead. Keep going. Keep going. Take it to the 20. We'll just follow you home.
Stop filled.
All right, we'll take it. Now we're up $215 after that trade. So that's about $300, $340, I guess. I like the easy reads. That was an easy read. We hit our high-to-high trend line there. Almost. We're going to probably pop that, make it up into that 20 area. ES up into the 80. I would keep this thing on the screen over there, but I don't really have a good place to put it. And every time I click on that chart, it's going to, you know. I'll show it to you guys occasionally. So up 215 there on the Bulenox. Still need about $1,500 on that account to get it across the finish line there. Well, 1560. So I don't know if we'll get there today, but we do have 2 Bulenox accounts that we're going to be actually we'll be submitting those. I don't know if I need to take a trade in those or not. I have no idea. Which of the WADAs am I using? Seeing a lot of them. Trading View went through them and did not see the one you were using. This is the... Let's just pull it over here for you guys for a moment. Indicators. All right, we're just going to type in WADA. So we got... You got volume 2 and volume 3. I think I'm on volume 2, this one here. Volume 3 is... Hold on, let me make sure that's right. Yeah. So, actually, I think I have this one. No, that was not it. Yeah, pretty sure this is the one I have here. The adder explosion. The number 2, just I think it just inverts it. So like the volume, so when the red volume comes in, it's kind of like it goes below the line and your green goes above. You can use either one. They do the same thing. I don't know if I can click on the, where's the one I'm using? Oh, it's down here. All right. Oh, really? SHK. I don't know what that means. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure mine is just that one I showed you. I guess we could just add it on there and see, right? Pretty sure it's this one. Yeah. Oops, I guess I clicked it 3 times. So I see that's it. That is the correct one. So we kind of went up and hit that 14 area. Didn't quite take that liquidity out at 20 like I kind of expected. But, oh yeah, let's put this back where it was. Yeah, and all I'm using is, I'm just using the standard settings on the WADA. And, you know, we're just looking for the ABCs. They haven't been super clear today, to be honest. But there's been some clear ones, a few. No problem, Predator. Been some clear ones, but for the most part, you know, you could almost make a claim in both directions, like this last trade I took. This is your A leg, but look at your B leg. Look how long this B leg is down. Volume goes higher than I really like. And then what happens? We kind of tap off that 800 level, whatever it is, 700 level, pull back again. Then we have a little explosion up. That's kind of where I took that entry there. So not real clear here, right? You could say A, B, C, or you could, you know, I mean, look at this, A, B, and then a bigger C. That's probably kind of the right way to look at it, but that's not as clean, not near as clean as you'd like it to be there. So this would kind of be your A leg, your B leg, and then your C leg back up, but just not as clean. Not very clean. I do got some other videos this weekend that'll come out that will be kind of going over the ABC setup. I'm take some trades live on that. Kind of recorded some of them that I've taken in the afternoons that you guys haven't seen yet. And, you know. So anyways, we got this pullback here. Mancini says bulls on the ES trying a level reclaim today. 43.69 was a rally trigger. We hit it once this morning, sold, came back again, tried clearing. F long, don't get greedy and take level to level pieces. It's OPEX Friday. 43.92's major resistance next up. Bulls want to hold 69 or we return to the lows. So pretty simple. We trade to 92, or if we lose 69, we return to the lows. You guys aren't following Mancini. I like Mancini. He gives really good technical analysis. I'm not great at the technical game. He's obviously kind of, you know, daily bias type deal, and we're day traders, so we don't really have a daily bias, or a daily bias doesn't really matter. But it does give you interesting level to level information on the ES, and I don't even really trade the ES very often. Sometimes I will, but he gives you really good level to level information. Also, if you guys are interested, I know all the sales have ended, but we got a code for, it's not our code, but there's a code that we found that works for the 50K on the Bulenox. So if you click on the link in the description and you use that code, flat 50K, I believe that's code. Let me make sure that is the code. I'm sorry, that's wrong. That's wrong. Don't use that code. That's wrong. It's flat 50, so that's for the 50K, and then flat 100. These codes still get you 90% off. I don't even know whose codes they are. They've just been posted in a Discord that I use, and they work. So, oh, I guess they kind of posted. Did I put that right again? Oh, my goodness, I put the wrong thing again. I'm stupid today. Path 50. I don't know where I get flat from. Yeah. So you can either get the 50K for 90% off, or you can get the 100K for 90% off. And these are good through the end of the month. Quite know how I delete the message. How do I delete my message? Not flat. Let's see. Anyways, there you go. Ignore those two top ones. I don't know what I was doing there. So anyways, path, not flat, path 50 will get you 90% off. That's not my code again. I'd rather you guys get 90% off than 40% that my code's going to get you. So path 50 or path 90 or path 100, will get you 90% off either the 50K or the 100K, and that's good through the end of the month. So trying to get some more accounts, those are the codes to use. Save yourself 90%. Not my code, but it's fine. Just want you guys to save. I use those codes too, so if I sign up for some more Buleys, we'll use them too. And we probably will once we get this one that we're trading across the finish line. We got two that we already got across the finish line. I got to submit these today. And so that'll give us 4 funded accounts. I already got the email from Apex about that account. So why do I keep saying flat? I don't even know where I got flat from. Path. Path 50. Don't know how to delete it. You guys know how to? I have no idea how to delete it. I don't know. Do not know how to delete my message. Oh well. We'll leave it there. It's not a big deal. So it's kind of waiting here. We're kind of entering that time of day where something happens. You know, we get kind of a move in one direction or the other. ES is holding up there at 75s. Nasdaq trying to retest that VWAP. It's now at 80. Still got a pivot at 70. Oh, well, that doesn't show up very well. Oh, well. Anyways, we'll leave it. Losing the VWAP here on the NAS. Kind of reapproaching the pivot here. There we go. Try to put that little whatever it is. Again, this isn't mine, but it's fine. just so you guys can save some money too. Don't know how well you can see that, but just kind of waiting to see what happens here. Let's see if we kind of reject and sell back off, kind of what we were thinking anyway. Maybe we trade up to the 20s. Didn't quite get there. Right here at the pivot on the 70. Been kind of pinned here in this range all day, guys. This is just, I mean, not been great price action. We've, you know, I haven't even found any kind of entry for my funded account, really. There was a couple that I was interested in, but didn't pan out. ES kind of testing that low to low trend line there. Can really adjust this thing. Let's make it a high to high. Oh, come on. Kind of just trading in that channel there. Trying to kind of break out of that channel. We lose that 70 strong, then it's probably off to the races to the downside. Off to the races to the downside. We're going to be patient and wait and see what happens. Holding the pivot so far. Got a little lightsaber coming in here. Not quite sure what that's about. Just a nice little burst of energy all of a sudden came through here to the upside. So for us, maybe we get a little push back up, pull back, and then we'll take the long. If it continues. Coming back to retest that 70 here. Well, kind of got some buyers coming in though. A little pullback. Not much of a pullback, but a small one. I just hate that we're right here in this area where I was trying to get away from. Trying my best to get away from this area. All right, kind of gotta hold this 70 area if we're gonna hold. Sellers coming in pretty strong here. ES testing the 72s. See if the buyers come back in strong here or not. One little spike there.
Order filled.
Oh, I tried to lock in some. Didn't get there in time. Buyers still look okay, actually. Kind of chasing this one up.
Stop filled.
That's all right. Wasn't in love with that trade, so that's why I was trying to take profit early, because we traded into the 90 there almost, and we're at the VWAP. So I don't love this area, but kind of had to take that entry. Puts us up 375 there. Kind of glad it didn't let me put my stop down. Gave me the error. I'll be right back, guys. I need to run to the bathroom right quick. Be right back. All right, what happened? Nothing. Nothing happened. What's going on there? That was supposed to cause the price to move. It did not. Good old water. Gotta love it. Good old water. My favorite. It's not really my favorite, but interesting. Very, very interesting. Just looking over here, Nutty's short. Nutty's taking a short. Maybe it'll work out. There comes some sellers. Maybe some sellers will come in here. There they come. Sellers are coming in here. Let's see. Pushing it down. All right, Nutty got his first target filled there with the sellers coming in. Nice. Now he's moving his second target down. We're just kind of bleeding off here. It's kind of bleeding off here. ES is right there at the VWAP, so also at that 69 area, 68 area that Mancini was talking about. So if we lose 68, we see the lows again. Something to keep in mind there. We'll be looking for a little push back up and then potentially trade back down here. We can take an entry short. Need that ES to kind of lose that VWAP. So I want to see a little bit of a pushback up here, maybe 70. 70 would be nice, but not sure we'll get that high. Maybe 67, 68. And then we could take the short. This might be something I'm interested in taking on the funded account here. Let's see. See if we take this little push back up. The only concern is we're right here at 50, but I'd like a little push back up to give us some room. Retesting 70. ES bounced right off the VWAP, guys. It just bounced right off the VWAP. Little rip back up into the 70. Let's just see here. Kind of waiting and watching. Waiting and watching. Retesting the pivot back above it here a little bit. Maybe going to retest the VWAP at 80. Be careful today, guys. This price action is just kind of wild. I mean, it's the nasty doing nasty things, right? But I don't like to short at the whole number anyway. I was looking for a little pushback up, but this is a little more than we were expecting there. Make it a little more scary to try to short this. I mean, still shortable, but still shortable, but still a little bit on the scary side, especially the ES all the way back up to 75, bounced right off the 68. Right off the VWAP. Nasdaq trying to get above the VWAP here. This is what makes it risky again. Even if we get a pullback from here, I mean, it's VWAP. You're going to pull back into the VWAP again, below the VWAP. So, kind of not great. Not a great idea. All right. I guess we're going to see what happens. I mean, it's all we can do. It's all we can do here. Is it going to reject here? I mean, this is a scary proposition here. Scary proposition. Knowing kind of which way to go here, right? Feels like a long, but could easily be setting kind of up for a short too, but see which way it goes. Let's just see. Volume dying off here. So what I don't love about it is right here at the VWAP, at the pivot, 90 drama, 700. I mean, it's the same old, right back to the same spot. Right back to the same spot. Not saying it's not tradable, but it's just, you know. All right, well, let's see here. It's not in love with this area. I'd normally be taking a long right here. But because of where we are at, there's no entry. Now, if we get volume with the spike in here heavy, then we may go, but we might take it. But even then, it's kind of scary. Low volume. Very low, very low. So haven't found anything interesting to take on the that I feel comfortable with on the funded account yet. No kind of clear setups. Feels bad because I want to take some trades on it, but we've just kind of been glued to this area all day. Whenever we get a pull back and a push up, I mean, like push up, pull back, VWAP, 90, 70, you know, like all these things are here. Push up, pull back, push up. I mean, like you're just still in the same area. And like I want to take this long here. This long would make sense if we were not at the 700s. Not to say it can't push into 710 because it can, but it could easily just get to 704, 705, pull back into the 90, sell off. So just kind of frustrating. Yeah, it's the thing, Predator. It's just like when your setup appears, like you can't take it at these levels of support and resistance. I mean, you can. It's just super dangerous. And I came into today trying to be a little more, I don't want to say conservative, but I just only want to take the best setups, right? And the first two setups I took weren't that. I think I took a risky one after that, but for the most part, all the ones I've taken have been according to my plan after those first couple of losers. All right, ES back up to 79 here. So if we can, let's see, did we trade back below the whole number? I think we did. I don't know, I wasn't looking. So kind of trading back into that channel. Approaching the highs from open. Taking out the highs there. Going for 20 without us. I mean, this trade would have worked. Would have been nice, but, you know, couldn't take it right there at 700. Just, I don't know. I mean, I could take it, but I don't love it right there. And waiting for it to get above 700, it could easily just pull back below 700. There's the 22s. Zoom out a little bit. We had 22s kind of outlined there, or actually the 20. And then above that, you got 43 or the high a day. Might be going for that. Now we got a nice A leg up here. So nice big A leg up. Let's hold that 700 level. Pull back on some low volume and then take out this high a day. That would kind of be ideal. Or not even the high a day. Let's take out that 42 level. It's kind of an area of support and resistance overnight there. So I'd like to see a little pullback here. Maybe this turns into something we can actually take. Nice little A leg up. So let's get a little pullback here and see if we can't continue higher. That's kind of what we're looking for. We want a little pullback. We're not really pulling back. We got lower volume here, but not really much of a pullback to speak of. So let's just waiting here. I mean, this is not really pulling back. We got some sell volume coming in, but it's not really pulling back. Still pushing up on nothing here. Now some sellers kind of coming through. Still no real pullback to speak of. ES is still pushing up into the 80s here. Don't feel comfortable enough to take this on the funded account. We'll take it on the challenge. We get the buyers come back in here. Even though this thing's still pushing.
Order filled.
Want to see these buyers come in strong here. Don't let up. Come on. Come on. You can do it. I'm going to go ahead and manually move my stops.
Stop filled.
There we go. $39 kind of was the target there. We overshot it a little bit. Got into that one a little late. 685. Again, this is one of those ones where, like, I'm not in love with it because of the location, right? We've already had such a big move up. We really didn't have a pullback to speak of. I mean, look at the 3-minute chart. There's not a single red candle on that. And on the 1-minute chart, yeah, you had a kind of a smallish pullback. I mean, what? We went from 22, pulled back to 11. Could have got long there at the 20 for the push up, but I'm waiting for confirmation. Waiting for volume to come in to say, hey, this is what you take. So you can kind of see here, this is your A leg up. And then look at the pullback. Volume is fine. We like this, right? So we get a second candle print above the dead man. So this is where I got long right there. And just a little push up and took profit. So a very, very shallow B leg. If you can even call that a B leg. I mean, that's a very, very shallow B leg. I liked it if there was a deeper pullback. I would like it for the funded account, but with there not being a deeper pullback, I'm not going to take it on that account. And I mean, this thing could keep going. I mean, the ES got the high of day up there at 90. Looks like it's kind of reaching for that. So, talked about earlier, we might want to see... may want to test 800 today before we kind of sell back down to the lows. So I wouldn't be shocked if we test 800 and then kind of come back down and take out 600 by the end of the day. Would not be shocked by that. So we got a timely exit there. So far anyway. And I mean, you could look at these Ninja bars and you could be like, oh man, you could have just taken the long, where? Way down here. I mean, some people do that. They'll take the long for the second printed bar, but if you go back, that doesn't always work, right? So you'd lose. Yeah, those could be small winners, but I just like the Ninja bars for, they just look nice. I mean, other than that, really, I don't want to say they're not useful, but you get what I mean. They do show direction pretty well. I do like that. Direction. Direction's important. So maybe a little pullback here before we get the energy to kind of push towards the high day. I don't know. Nice little breakout there, though. I used to take that first candle to print over the VWAP. Would have worked here, but like, you know, we just got all that stuff going on right there. It doesn't really make sense to take it. All that stuff going on. Just trying to be nimble. Be careful. I mean, sometimes no trade is a trade, right, on the funded account. That's the way you got to look at it. So if I don't find a trade on this account today, I'm not going to sweat it. It's got to really be something that makes sense for me to take a trade here. That I'm confident in, you know, super confident in. Usually we're going to find that. Kind of got a pullback there, but ES pushing the 85s. High day again at 90 on the ES. $90 is the high a day. If you guys haven't already, hit that like button and subscribe. It's free. If you're not yet subscribed, it is free. What are you doing? Press the subscription button. Helps the channel. And again, if you are interested in trading and you want to get 90% off, there is that code. Don't know what happened there. There is that code in the little picture that I posted over there to the left. Path 50, path 100. Yeah, that was strange. I don't know if the internet blinked or what. Am I still live? Yeah, it looks like I'm still live. I don't know what happened there. I do not know what happened. Something. Little blinky blinky. Oh, goodness. Yeah, that was a bit strange. I don't know what happened there. So price just died. I mean, we got up here and we died. No volume. Nothing. just died off. Not much else to do here. Oh. It took me off my ES chart. Okay, so the ES is up at the 85. Did it do anything else funky? No. Nice bounce off the VWAP there on the ES. I mean, a little cleaner than the NAS. Look at this. Look at this. Push up, pull back, hit the VWAP, take off. 68.85 there on the ES. So far. Sometimes I feel like I should just dedicate one account. And I was doing that for a little while. Just dedicated one account for the ES. But it was hard to watch both consistently. Like I watch both. I'm not like super in tune with the ES though. I'm watching where it's at, but not necessarily the patterns and things like that. All right, got some volume trying to come in here. As quickly as it came in, it went away. I mean, kind of tough to take entries up here. I think we're probably going to trade into the 800s, but man, it's tough. If you didn't get long for the break of the VWAP or the break of 700, you know, I took a trade up 727, whatever it was, 730, 739 area, I guess right here, 730 to 738. But I'm a little more conservative sometimes. Sometimes we're more conservative. Kind of tough to take a long here. I think the ES maybe makes it up into the 90. If it does, then we for sure make it to the 800s. I know it's only 5 points away on the ES, but that's probably 40 or 50 points on the NAS. Are you guys green, red? What you looking like? It's like my OBS keeps disconnecting and then reconnecting. So something's going on. See if we kind of reconnected here. It looks like we did. You're not a multitasker. I am, to be honest with you. I can do multiple things at a time. That's what I do. Obviously, we're streaming. We are trading. And all that good stuff. Probably not the best way to do it, to be honest. It'd be easier. Well, I say it'd be easier if I wasn't streaming, but sometimes I don't want to look like an idiot too, right? You don't want to look like an idiot in front of people. And sometimes we do look like an idiot. It's quite all right. It's just fine. Take the good with the bad. Internet being a little weird. So OBS does keep, it's done disconnected 3 times this morning. That's the first time it's ever done that. So yeah, we may not get this account over the finish line today. It's kind of what I was hoping to do, but, or not that one, this one. We need about $1,100 more dollars, $1,200. So probably not going to happen, but we'll see. Just ignore the ones above it. Those are the ones I blew up. Those are the ones that went kapow. Not today. Wait for those to reset. I was waiting for those to reset at the 90% off, but since we got that code now, we might just go ahead and bomb in a couple of more for next week. Trade those off to the side while we're looking for moves on the funded accounts. Predator, are you use a trade copier? I think I asked you that before. How many accounts you have over there? Are you using any kind of? Are you using Replicanto? I think you said you were. I don't know. I'm trying to find the best way to trade across brokerages. You know, Apex, Bulenox. I don't know if the Ninja Trader copier can do it or not, or if Replicanto can. I know you can do it on Quantower, but to be honest with you, I'd rather use it on Ninja. I don't think I want to use it on Quantower the more that I've used Quantower. I'm just not super familiar with it, and I like the setup on Ninja with the trailing. Like today I'm using 2 contracts on this account, right? I don't feel as nervous using 2 contracts over here because I can set that auto break even at, 12, 15 ticks, and then we got 1 trailer, so I don't feel as nervous trading this here as I do over here, where I just have I have to manually do it myself. So, because you can't use, I don't think you can use the, can you use the trailing stop on a funded account, express funded account? I don't know that you can. I know you can't use it on the Combine. I don't know if you can use it on the express funded account or not. Do any of you guys know on Trade-O-Vate there? I'm not sure. So you're not currently using a copier? Sell volume coming in here pretty heavy. Kind of rejecting that 50 area. ES up to 86, turning back down. You have 4 evals, no PAs yet. Got you. So you're on using Apex or a Buley? Which one are you using? Probably Apex. Yeah, see, I'll have 1 Apex account, 2 Bulenox's accounts, and they'll be on Ninja. I want to trade them all 3 together, but obviously I know I can't trade this one with those. So I still will have to take either multiple trades or multiple entries. I know I can copy the 2 Bulenox. I just don't know if I'll be able to. I should be able to add the Apex on there, but I'm not 100% sure. Not 100% sure. We're going to figure it out this weekend, though, for sure. I mean, guys, this has been a pretty serious move up since we were at the bottom there. I mean, look at 609. 140 point move up, and that's just, obviously, we hit that this morning at 10:15 a.m., but if you got in long somewhere here, then you're good to go. Nice move up. If you're still holding that, you're the man. You are the man. I couldn't do it. We already know I couldn't do it. Kind of trading back into the 20 here. ES, let's see if the ES finds some support somewhere along the way. It's trading back to the 80. I want to find somewhere to put this thing, but I don't really know where. That's not a good spot. This covers this. I mean, I guess I could put it here. Probably would be okay. There ain't too much to see right there, I don't think. I don't think it covers, well, kind of makes my hat look funky. Guess we might could adjust that. Let's take a look at it. Let's take a look. Maybe that's better. There we go. Let's make a little small adjustment. Make the hat look a little better, a little cleaner. You guys got to be able to read the Maverick, gaming here. I only got this hat because of the name Maverick on it. That's my son's name. He's 4 months old. That's his name, Maverick. This price action is just brutal. It's just fell off. I mean, we have this little pullback here. I mean, maybe we get another leg up, but I don't know. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. Price action has turned into brutalness. Not in love with it. Buyers are trying to step back in. Just waiting and watching. Not much to do here. I don't really like how Ninja doesn't show you your realized P&L. You have to do some math. So like we're up 685, but I don't know how much fees we've had. I have no idea. No clue. I'm sure it probably shows that on the RTrader Pro, but I'm not logged into that thing. I just look at the cash value. That tells me, that we need $1,120. Trying to sell back down here a little bit. Patience is key. I hit a new low this morning on my weight, guys. 263.6. There you go. So down like 17 pounds. In about a month and a half. I don't even know how long it's been. I could look, but I think it's been about a month and a half, maybe 6 weeks. Took like a 2-week hiatus there where I just ate what I wanted. And then started back. Been back on it for maybe 4 or 5 days now. I mean, this looks kind of roundy, like we're going to sell off. Appreciate it, Predator. Appreciate it. I know I don't look like a fatty on camera, but, 6'2", 263. So there you go. That's the dimensions. I want to get back down to about 200 pounds. Get back down to the high school weight. Bouncing out of here strong. Oh man, I'm tempted to take this. I am tempted, but I'm not going to. I mean, if you look on the 1 minute chart, this is a pretty clear ABC, right? They're just coming out of your B leg right now to the C leg. But on the 1 minute chart, the buyers they haven't shown up yet. Yeah, part of the old new me is water. Normally I would drink Diet Dr. Pepper or some sort of flavored sparkling water. This stuff. Still got one in here, but I'm not drinking it. Just have never thrown it away. It's hard to throw it away, you know. It's so beautiful. It's so tasty. Sitting over here to the side, staring at me. Oh. Really not a big deal. I mean, you can make minor changes and they, you know, have pretty big effects on your lifestyle. So those little minor things come out big. I used to drink a bunch of soda, like a bunch of Mountain Dew. Used to drink like 5 or 6 20-ounce Mountain Dews a day. Stopped drinking Mountain Dew maybe 5, 6 years ago. But I did start drinking Diet Dr. Pepper at some point along the line. Because, you know, 0 calories and all that good stuff. But it's still not good for you, from what they say. So it's just waiting here to see. I mean, this looks like a C leg up on the 1 minute. Incoming. I don't usually play the ABCs in the 1 minute too often. Just because I like the shorter 10-second ABCs. A little easier to see where the entry is and where your target can be and all that. What we got going on here is this thing. All right. I mean, price action is not great. Just sitting here watching. I know as soon as I shut it down and close the stream, this thing is just going to make a move, right? Oops. Full disclosure, we were down $500 on the Topstep account during the London session. That we were. put that one away this morning. Didn't feel like trading it because we're in drawdown on it. And I was like, if we're going to try to battle back on something, let's do it next week. So we'll be back on that one next week. We only got about $500 in drawdown left on that one, so gonna have to be sniperish with the first few trades. Try to get it back to where we want it. I mean, this thing's just melting. I'm waiting for some sort of buyers to come in here to potentially push this thing back up, but they may not. I mean, at this point, this thing is melted off, what, 40 handles? A 40-point melt off there. Yeah, kind of getting some buyers coming in here. Let's see here. Almost want to toss in a long here, but I'm gonna wait for some confirmation here. This would be a bit of an aggressive kind of entry here. Nope. Didn't get no confirmation there. No confirmation, no entry. It's just a slow melt off. Long off the 7-Elevens. $16 to $11. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, this is just a slow melt. Brutal, brutal, brutal price action. Just waiting for something to happen, you know. Showing some signs of life here. Let's see. How's it going, excommunicado? Oh, we're doing okay. We haven't taken any trades on the funded account. Just haven't found anything I've trusted. We're up 685 on the Bulenox account that we're trading. We're down 500 on Topstep. Step one step, one rule account. That was from London. Not traded that one this morning. Just kind of put it away. Put it away. Put it away. I mean, is this thing, do we just get short? I mean, it's got the whole number coming up, so no, we don't, but it's kind of what we feel like. Just get short, right? ES potential trade back into the 70, 68 area one more time. I originally thought we might sell off. We may take that, test the 700s to kind of sell off there, or 800s. But I don't know if we're going to get there. We might just sell off. Maybe we get there, maybe we don't. How you doing today, Excommunicado? Are you green? Red, green, what you got? Not much going on. Yeah, you ain't lying. It's pretty dead. I mean, if you're currently short, for maybe that 25 area, this little push back up into the 25s. Could take that. Could take that. Slightly greens. Topstep. There you go. Green is green. We like green. All right, kind of got some buyers stepping up here. This looks a little different. This volume looks a little better. If I say so myself, looks a little bit better. I like this volume, but I don't know if I want to just jump in. Let's let it, like I said on the 1 minute chart, this does look like a nice ABC. So that's kind of your A leg up. A little bit of a pullback. Are we going to continue higher? Excommunicado thinks 69. Kind of watching here. Just watching here. So a little bit of an A leg up, having a little pullback here. Maybe test that 10 or 11 area again. Just waiting for buyers to come back in here. If buyers come back in strong on this low pullback, we will take an entry. Wanted a little bit of more of a pullback, but we may not get it. All right, see you next week. Enjoy the beach. kind of watching here. Don't get faked out on this move to the upside. Kind of wait for confirmation. Still might not work, but we're going to wait for confirmation here. Well, not getting confirmation on it yet. And that's why we don't take the entry. We wait. And sellers just coming in heavy now. Tricky, tricky. Protect your neck, as they say. Tricky, tricky. That's why we got the WADA. We just blindly took these entries. It would not be good. So you can see kind of here what I was looking at. So we have the big A leg up, right? And then I'm looking for 2 candles to print above the dead man. The reason I wait for 2 in a row. Look here, first one prints. If I just took the first one and got long there, what would happen? Pull back. Second one prints, but not higher than this one. So, you know, really I would like this one to be higher than that one, and then the next one that printed, I would take the entry. Didn't happen. Sellers come in heavy. We pull back down. I'm not in love with this move now since we had such heavy sellers. I mean, it still can work. I don't like it as much. That sell volume's too high, in my opinion. And we have the buy volume come in super strong, then we might take it. But we won't be in love with it. So we got the second one print above the dead man here, but I'm going to be conservative, and we're going to wait for a third or a fourth to just make sure. Three above the dead man, but I still ain't taking it. And because they're kind of trailing. So, you know, lower, 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 not higher, higher, higher. So, just trying to be conservative here and wait for confirmation. We don't want to give anything back if we can avoid it. I mean, it looks like a long. It's a deeper B leg than we like to see, but tricky. Very, very tricky here. Not in love with it. It's not really giving me any kind of confirmation. Actually looks a little more like a sell than a buy. This is just an area where, I mean, like, this thing could go, right? But it's not giving us what we need on the WADA. in order to take the entry here. Kind of not giving us what we need yet. I mean, on the 1 minute chart, looks okay actually. Just waiting and see. Waiting and see. What can we get? What direction is it gonna be? I mean, could just put in a higher low here and then kind of sell back down. Could. All right, here we go. We got a little volume coming in now. I like the look of that. Let me see.
Order filled.
All right, we'll take this with a close eye on it.
Order filled.
Just taking it off. Probably going to go, but I didn't like we had one red bar come in right there. I wanted to see strong move. Looking a little better now. Let's see. Not going to re-enter though. There we go. That's what we wanted to see right there. That big, huge beaming candle there. So we were long from 31. Target would have been, what, 38? So still wouldn't have got there. Probably would be stopped out for break even right now. Which is pretty much what happened anyway. Volume still looks good though. For that push into the 40. One more beam of green and it will take you into the 40 most likely. And there comes some red. Oh. Yeah, I don't like how the volume's kind of trailing off there. It's not nice and thick and steady like I normally like to see there. So it's already kind of trailing off. Sellers coming in here. Still looking decent on the 1 minute though, so it still could push. Just didn't quite make it to the 40. We got 37. And there comes the sellers. Kind of rounding off a little bit here. It's got to turn up now if it's going to do it. Not so sure it's going to do it. Possibly. Let's see here. Buyers trying to come back in. Kind of an interesting divergence here with sellers coming in, but the price not really moving down. So that'll lead me to believe it's probably going to go higher. All right, there comes some more buyers. Let's see if the 40 would hit. There's 39, so yeah, there it is. Push into the 40 there. Feels kind of bad, but what can you do? What can you do? And there comes the sellers heavy. Saying no. We don't think so. So I made it to the 40. We would have got a few $100s out of that. Probably $3. But look on the bright side, we got $10. We got $10. Well, guys, I'm getting kind of hungry, and price action's kind of yawn. So, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. We're up $6.95 on this account. Didn't take any trades on the funded. Maybe I'll find a trade later in the day. I don't know. I'll make a video about it if I do in the recap. Down 500 on the Topstep. So if you haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe, and we will see you live next time. I guess it'll be Monday morning for the London session. So, see you then. Thanks for watching.